Hi, in this video I want to teach you how to make this shawl. It's a hairpin lace shawl. It's very easy to make. And if you like to make the flower, here, it's a hairpin lace flower. I'm going to leave the link here and I'll say how to make a hairpin lace flower. And just give it a click and it will bring you there. This shawl, you can wear it like this as a shawl or as a scarf. And I will show you. Well, here I wrap it up as a scarf. Because it's long enough, I wrap it around here. And it's still long enough to go all the way down there. I put the flower here to keep it close. If you want to make the flower in a different color, go ahead, you can make the flower in a different color and you will see it more. But I like it like that. Yeah, this will be a present. Well, here is the video on how to make this shawl or scarf with hairpin lace. To make this hairpin lace shawl, the yarn I'm going to use a Red Heart Super Saver worsted medium 4, a 396 gram. I'm not sure exactly the amount of yarn that I'm going to use, and my ball is very big. I don't know if I'm going to use all of it or not. The crochet hook that I'm going to use is 3.75 millimeters, and you will need some markers. It's optional. That way you can mark every 20 loops. You can be marking. That way it will be easier for you at the end. You have to make 240 loops on each side of the loom. And you're going to need a tapestry needle, scissor, and I have this other crochet hook to attach the piece together, but you really don't need this one. You can use this one if you want, but I have this one for mine. And the loom, I have these different looms. This one I bought at Michael's. They're all open to 10 centimeters from each post to other post, 10 centimeters. And this was a Michael. These two I found it in a secondhand store. I go to the craft section there to see what treasure I can find, and I found these two separate times, but I found these two looms. And if you don't can find any of this loom and you want to make this piece, I have a video on my channel on how to make this one at home. It's very easy to make. I'm gonna leave the link here just in case you want to do this piece and you don't have the loom. Okay, yes, you have to make 6 of these pieces of 240 loops on each side. So I will show you how to do one. To make the flower of my shawl, you will need a loom too, but that one will be a little bit more close, smaller the space, so you will need the loom to do the flower too. To start, we're going to start with a slip knot. If you never done hairpin lace, I have a video that I teach for beginners how to do hairpin lace, but I'm going to do a small review on how you're going to do this. This one is just a little bit different than the other one, but it's pretty much exactly the same concept. I did my slip knot. I'm going to get my loom. I'm going to pass the yarn that's attached to the ball of yarn on the back and the other one to the front. And I have to make sure that this one is exactly on the middle of the two posts. I'm going to hold the tail there to make sure that it's on the middle. And I'm going to do a slip stitch. And I'm going to grab the tail, under the tail, and I'm going to do a single crochet like this. And that is to secure that stitch. This one is the only stitch that is a little more difficult to do, but you have to do it to secure your piece like that. It's now in the middle. Now what you're going to do is pass your crochet hook to the back, and from the right side to the left you're going to flip your loom and wrap around the yarn on the back of that post Like that, you're going to do a slip stitch, and you're going to grab this strand of yarn on the top, and you're going to do a single crochet. Like that. You're going to pass your crochet hook to the back, flip your loom, do a slip stitch, and then grab this strand of yarn here, or this leg of those two, the one on the top, and do a single crochet. Again, you pass your crochet hook to the back, flip to the front to the side, and always passing the yarn to the back, do a slip stitch and a single crochet. The other one that I did is only with a single crochet without the slip stitch. I'm doing the slip stitch, that way I can make this rib a little thicker. So I pass it to the back, flip it, and do a slip stitch and a single crochet. You see, I already have 3 in this side and 2 on the other side. To the back, flip, slip stitch, and a single crochet. Just like that. Bring your crochet hook to the back, flip it around. It's only from this side, like that. Do a slip stitch and a single crochet. One more time. Bring it to the back, flip. It always wrapping this one around the post. I have 4 in each side. Now go to the back, flip, slip stitch, and a single crochet. Flip to the back. This. And you see, this one is always in the top. That one that is in the top is the one that you do the single crochet. And when you have 20 in this side and 20 in this one, you will put a marker, one of these markers or a safety pin. That will be easier for you. That way you don't have to be counting the 240 loops on each side. You'll be dividing them by 20, and it will be easier for you to work. And remember, you have to do 6 of these strips to do the shawl. And remember, 240 each. If you want it longer, you can do it longer. If you want it shorter, you can do it shorter. If you want a little longer, you can give it 260 loops on each side. That is, you want it a little bit longer than mine. Here I want to show you that I already done 40. As you see, I marked 20 and a marker, and 20 another marker on each side. That way it's easy for me to count 20, 20 until I have 240. Here is my first strip, and I have 240 stitches or loops, and it's easy for me to know my 240 because I put marker every 20 loops. I put my marker in each side, because if I don't put a marker, it will be very difficult to count. You see how tight that is in there? To count my stitches. So now I have to do 5 more of these. Now I'm gonna remove this. This one is a very tight one. And now we're gonna remove our piece slowly, removing the markers and making sure that it's not twisted. And then we're gonna start folding the piece. That way it's nice and straight when we're gonna use it. And just like that, you're gonna be removing the piece from the loom and folding it and removing the markers at the same time. You see, you don't want this here to be twisted. You want it nice and straight. Like this, you're gonna do all the way to the end. Here to finish the end at this one, you have a loop there. You're gonna chain 1. You're gonna cut your yarn, leaving a little tail, and you're gonna pass it through, and that way you finish your strips. Remember, you have to make 6 of these strips. And by folding it like this, it's very easy to put it aside and then to work on the other ones. Here I have 5 of the straps that I supposed to do 6, but I did 5. I'm gonna try with these 5. If I like the width, I don't need to make the number 6. And now I'm gonna use the bigger crochet hook to attach them together, one to another. I just wanted to show you something that I found very useful for my here from my studio. I found this at the dollar store, is to put lemons inside, and I saw it and I said this is very useful for putting my markers. I always loosen all my markers, and because I put it in a drawer and a little plastic container without any lid, and I always loosen them. But now this is very useful. Here we're going to be working in 3 loops at a time, attaching them. That's why we need the bigger crochet hook. That will make it easier. You're going to grab your first 3 loops from one side, and you're going to grab from the other one 3 loops. You have 6. These first 3, you're going to pass it inside these 3, okay, like this. You only have to have 3 loops in your needle or crochet hook. Like that, we did the first crossing. Now we're gonna grab 3 from this side. 1, 2, and 3. We have 6, 3 and 3, and the 3 first one we're gonna pass it through inside the other 3, like that. Now we go to the 3 on the other side. This is in a zigzag. Grab these 3 and pass it inside those other 3, like that. You have to make sure that always you grab from the other side, opposite, once you finish that one. Now I have to grab 3 from this side. You're going to pass it through. And now 3 from this side. Like this. 3 from this side. Like that, you're going to continue all the way to the end. If you make a mistake and you grab those 3 from this side and 3 more from that side, you have to undo your work. It's very easy to undo your work. You just remove your crochet hook and you start undoing your work until you get to the part that you did your mistake. At the end, you're going to end with 3 loops like that, and you're going to put a marker there or a safety pin to hold those 3 loops together at the end. You have to make sure once in a while to check your work on the back to make sure that you have all the loops attached to the other 3 loops, because if you leave 1 loop without working with, you have to undo your work and then start all over again. So once in a while, just check your work underneath to make sure you're doing the right thing. Here I wanted to show you a little trick to make sure it's easier for you to cross the 3 front loop. You know, when you put it on, your crochet hook is a little loose and it's very difficult for you to work with. So you're going to pull those 3, pull them down a little bit like that between those 2 fingers and just pass it through. It's a nice trick and it makes the work go faster and easier for you. Here I finished with these 3 loops and I put the marker there, that way it don't come out undone from there. Now we're going to go back to the beginning. The marker is at the other end. Now we're going to grab 3 loops. We're going to do this border, and then in this side here is where we're going to attach the other strips. So we're going to finish this border. You have 3, you grab 3 more, and you're going to grab the 3 first one and pass it through the 3 on the back, just like that. You have 3 loops on your needle, go crochet hook, and you grab 3 loops, and always pulling them down, that way they're nice and tight and it's easier to pass it through these 3, like that. Like that, you're gonna go all the way to the end, doing this, passing 3 loops at a time. Like that. You're gonna end the border like that. Right now, don't look very pretty because the only thing you see is, stringy. But once you finish, it will look really nice when they pull to each other like that. Here I wanted to show you how the borders look as you make. Here I'm gonna put a marker and my 3 loops to hold it right in place. Just like that. Now we're gonna attach another strap, and we're gonna do exactly the same as we attached these 2. I'm gonna grab 3 loops from this one, and I'm gonna grab my 3 loops from the other side. I'm gonna pass these 3 loops inside these 3, and now I'm gonna grab 3 loops from this side, and I pass it through, and 3 from this side. Like that, you're gonna go all the way to the end, doing exactly the same that we did in the last one. You're gonna attach all your strap. If you like, you can make a scarf instead of a shawl. You can attach 3, you can attach 4, do a scarf. But if you want a shawl, you can attach 5, 6. I'm gonna attach 5. If I like the width, I will leave it like that. If not, I will do 1 more. Look how nice it looks as you attach more straps. I have to apologize because in the beginning of the video I said to make 6 strips of hairpin lace, and it's 7 that you have to make in order to have the right amount of tips at the end when you're going to finish the shawl. You can do 5, you can do 7, you can do 9, but that's the amount you have to have it like that, uneven number. So make 7 and I will meet you here to show you how to finish. Well, I just attached my number 7 strap, and here at the end I'm gonna do exactly the same that I did in this other end here. I'm gonna grab from 3 at a time and I'm gonna pass it through to the end. After you finish there, I will show you how you're gonna finish the ends. Here in this one you're gonna lose all these tails, and after that I will show you how to finish those open stitches. This is what we're gonna do at the ends with the loose ends and this side. After you lose the tails and the other side, you will come to this one, and here in between these 2, the edge and the one here, you have a tail in the middle. You're gonna grab that tail, you're gonna remove this marker where those 3 loops are. You're gonna pass these 3 loops through here. It's very easy to finish this up. And I'm going to remove the marker in this other corner. I'm going to pass my other 3 loops on the other side. I will bring it here to the middle. Now we're going to pass a stitch like that. You see? And now we're going to do a knot here in the back. A couple of knots to secure that tail. One. I will pass it through here. You want it very secure, that way when you wash your piece don't come undone. I'm going to cut that tail. And now you're going to work on the other ones that you have. You see, you have to have it odd numbers, the straps, because otherwise you will be missing one of these loops. You see these two went together. Now these two, and these two at the end that I already saw together. So you're going to do that in all loops, and then you'll finish your shawl, and I will show you the end here. Well, this is the end result of the shawl. I have it folded here, that way I can show you a little bit better. And now I'm gonna do the flower that will keep the shawl when you put it on. If you want to do that, you go to video number 2 and I will show you how to do the flower. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are not already a subscriber. Have a beautiful day. And here I'm gonna leave some picture of the shawl with the flower on.